One of the great problems in communicating chiasms to people, especially those who've never seen them before, is the markup model. How do you mark these up so that people can relate to them and then communicate them? You'll see on my videos that I use my hands for doublets, which is never let a fool kiss you or a kiss fool you. Well, that's probably okay when you get 2 or 3, but by the time they get deeper and deeper, it's all hand signals, and it's very easy to get confused. So one of the things that we like to do in simple chiasms is to mark the extremes in a color and then change the color as you go in so people can see it. We also like to indent them a little bit. So you might see a chiasm where as you're reading it from the top down, the first and the last component are right against one margin, and then we move them in a little bit as we descend. That's another way to mark them up. Probably the most reasonable way, and you'll hear me talk about this now as we get into much more complex chiasms. As we get into our next chapters with a lot more complexity, you'll see that I'm using the alphabet. I'm flagging these. And so what I'm doing is I'm saying that the first level of the chiasm is A. So back to our original example, never let a fool kiss you or a kiss fool you. So that would be an A, B, B, A. A, B, B, A. So the second would be a B and the third would be a C. So let's just look at some of the others that we've used commonly here. Quitters never win, winners never quit. That would also be an A, B, B, A chiasm. To know the measure of love, you must love without measure, A, B, B, A. Now, we quoted a 3-level chiasm from 1 John 5, 14 and 15, which goes like this. This is the confidence we have in him. If we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. If we know that he hears us, whatever we ask, we know we have the petitions we desired of him. So that would be an A, B, C, C, B, A. So you'll often then hear me say that D corresponds to D, E corresponds to E. And what happens when you run out of letters? Well, there are a few like that. There's a few that there's quite a number really. You get past the Z's, then it becomes AA, AB, whatever it is, AC. But probably in this channel, we're not going to go that far. So that's the markup model that we try to use. You'll see that in our blog sites and in other things where we attempt to get people to grasp this concept. And if you're not very visual, you might not find it to your advantage. But if you like to see things in pictures and images, that makes sense. Then you can start seeing Scripture and you can see how they're nested together, and that's really, really excellent.